Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. I hope you're doing well today. I want to chat about retirement. It turns out that there are a large number of women in our community who are retired. I always forget that concept because I'm not retired myself, but I know that many of you, I think it's about 70%, consider yourself retired. And I'm really curious about some of the things that you've had to give up, some of the things you have to, that you want to give up that made life easier and happier for you, and things you've taken on, like things that you actually enjoy doing or things that have made it easier to go into that retirement mode. What kinds of groups do you go to? Do you go to any clubs? Just anything that's helped you on the retirement journey. So here's 15 things that I could think about that you might give up in retirement. And I fed some of this into my brain from your comments. So the first thing, of course, is the alarm clock tyranny. Like I don't actually use my alarm clock at all unless I'm traveling, because I always wake up, at the same time, and I that's just my rhythm. I'm just very into that, so that's great. I often wake up before my time, like 5 o'clock as opposed to 6. But 15 things, are going to be just random things, just like this. So we wake up with the sun or whenever you please. The next thing you can give up is pantyhose or anything tights or things that you don't like wearing. By the way, I'm wearing a new scarf that I purchased at a charity shop, and I just love this so much. I've been like putting it on all around the house. It's very large, but I actually love this particular part of the pattern so much. But anywho, so pantyhose, you can give that up. Unless you really love them, of course. But if like formal wear was not your thing, you're now going to wear whatever you want, whatever your heart desires. Another thing you can do is get rid of a schedule. Like, I mean, yes, I have a schedule for things. I look after my grandkids, and I have a calendar that we share, and I have like things, doctor appointment or whatever. But I don't, have this like 9 to 5 like meeting, delivery point, meet somewhere, lunch with so and so, one-on-one meeting, review session. I don't have these team meetings. Well, I do because I meet with you guys, but you know what I'm saying? You can give up that kind of stuff schedule, this urge, to pack every minute when you're working. I know that often when I was working, I would say to people, how you doing? Oh, my week is so crazy. And somehow that was kind of a good girl. You're doing great. You got a stuffed, calendar, lots of meetings, lots of gatherings. And that was the measure of success in some way, and it was so stressful, like one thing to the next. So the next thing is, that busyness, which goes along with that, like feeling like that I'm so busy is kind of like a good pat on the back. Being busy is a good thing. Well, you can let that go now. You don't have to be busy all the time. It just doesn't matter. You can actually be non-busy and then just enjoy sitting, reading a book, or going to a coffee shop, or just walking, or going to a friend's house, or just whatever you do. Just take it easy. You don't have to be busy. Well, I know I'm busy because I have a schedule, so but I'm not retired. I'm still working. So that's the thing that's important to understand. So never thing is news binges. Now, I worked always almost always. Microsoft wasn't quite in my face, but I worked with the news in my ears all the time. When I worked in marketing companies where we were working with brands and customers who, you wanted to keep up with the news. You had to understand what was going on. So staying informed was like a real passion. Like you just needed to know everything about every place and everyone. But you can let go of that now. I mean, yes, you can want to know stuff and you can sort of keep informed. But I think, if you check your mail twice a day, that's probably enough. Or listen to the news a couple of times a day. You don't have to listen to it all the time anymore. Okay. It's like, not necessary, unless you want to. All this is unless you want to. Next thing is putting up with toxic relationships. How many times did you work with people that you just didn't agree with on something? You just had, a little clash of personalities, and you just didn't really enjoy that toxicity. You don't have to do that anymore. You get to choose who's in the audience of your life, your life performance. You are the producer, director. You get to, you don't have to have toxic relationships. And I love, love, love the book that Mel Robbins has just put out. And I know it's all over the world right now, this particular book, but it's all about using the words, let them. If you've got somebody that doesn't want to see you, they want to do something in their lives that is really, antithetical to yours. They've made some decisions or choices. Just let them. Let them. And just live your life. And this is particularly useful in your 70s. And I'm going to be doing some, I put together an Instagram page just about on this topic of being 70. It's called 70 and Free. And it's on Instagram just as a fun kind of chat with older women who are in their 70s. And I think this particular one, letting go of toxic relationships, is particularly good in that age group, because you have children perhaps that don't want to see you, family members that don't want to engage with you or don't believe the same things as you or have the same values, and you just need to say let them do what they want. And then when you're older, you're moving from a role of mother, and mother particularly, into like a friendship guide, like inspiration. Your children are doing their own thing, and they're not going to want you to mother them in the same way. But so you have to say let them do that, let them choose that person, let them make that decision. It's okay, let them. I think it's so powerful. Anyway, putting up with toxic relationships can go. Another thing you can do is pretending that you love spreadsheets or that you love any particular thing that you don't really love. When you're doing the job, it's like, there's one thing I really don't like. Oh, I'd have to do it. So it's okay. But don't do it now. You don't have to do it. Let that go. Another thing is to have any guilt over relaxation. Like if you're just sitting there reading a book or watching a movie or whatever you're doing, and it's like, I should be doing something here. I should be working. Okay, and you get up and you start cleaning or you do something. It's this sense that you have to, not relax. That relaxing is a bad thing. You can let go of that. FOMO, fear of missing out. You've got a lifetime of experiences already. If you miss an event, no biggie. You can create your own fun anytime. You do not have to go to that movie or this show or this event. Today, there was, I looked on my Instagram and this ad came up for a vintage show, which I really love vintage stuff like this kind of thing. And so it was like seven francs to sign up now. What do they call it? Like pre-sale tickets or whatever. Early bird tickets. And I said, no, I don't need to do that. I may miss out on it, but I'll put it down as something on March the 1st. And if I'm not doing anything, I'll pay the 10 francs if I have to. But I'm not going to be afraid that I'm missing out on some vintage sale that would be amazing. And here I found this at a charity shop for like $1. So obsession with shoulds is the other one. I should do this. I should do that. I should follow up. I should cook this meal. I should follow up with that person. I should. You can leave it go. Take it out of your vocabulary. You don't have to should anything. No shoulds. It's just, I want to do this. I don't need to do it. I don't have to do it. It's not something I should do. Just let it go. Say what you want. I choose to do this. I want to do this. I should do that goes out the window. Overstuffed clothes. Closets. I'm looking at my notes. Overstuffed clothes. Well, overstuffed clothes too. Where I don't wear things that are too baggy. That always is not a good thing if you're trying to look slim. But anyway, obsession with the overstuffed closet. Look at your closet. Come on, go look at it. How many white T-shirts have you got? How many pairs of jeans? How many, for me, necklaces? A stuffed closet where you just don't need all that stuff. Come on, you don't need it. Another thing is working lunches. Like you can go and have lunch now and just have it with a friend, and you can just talk about stuff. All the things I've mentioned that you don't have to do when you're working. Because a lot of people do these like lunches where you're kind of like, well, let's just have our lunch at our desk, or let's meet over lunch. And then all you do is talk about business, and your stomach gets so stressed. It's like, don't do that anymore. Stop. You don't have to do it. Stop. Just no working lunches at the desk, okay? Just sit and eat at the table. Enjoy every bite. Like I've told you, is good. On a small plate. Yeah, trying to impress everyone. That's another thing that you can totally forget now that you're retired, because who are you trying to impress? What's the point? I mean, and when you're working, you're trying to impress everybody, because you're actually half the time working, impressing up, to your manager, not to your team. If you manage a team, you're the boss. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, in my case, I had people working for me. But I wasn't like that. Of course, I was so chit chatty, and I was just not impressing anybody. In fact, I got into trouble for being so connected to my team. But that's another story. But anyway, procrastinating about your bucket list is like the 18th or 19th thing. I don't know. I've lost track. But the idea that somebody will come, nobody's coming. This is another Mel Robbins statement that she just goes, well, I mean, it's a big deal for her to say to you, Mel, thank you, Mel. I'll tag her on this, is no one's coming. No, there's nobody coming to save you. No one coming to fall in love with you. No one's coming to sort out your life or solve your problems or make you feel good or bring you joy. No one's coming. You have to do it. You have to find that person yourself, or that situation yourself, that job, that hobby, whatever it is. You find it. Go out and do it. Open the door. They're not coming to your door and knocking on your door. Trust me. I've tried that one. It doesn't work. Anyway, you've got the time now that you're retired, so you can check off all those bucket list things and do them. Okay, and then there's another thing. Final thoughts. Embracing freedom is the big deal here. Authenticity goal is the goal of retirement for me. You can now throw away all those shoulds and woulds and things that are expected of you, and just be your beautiful, beautiful self, authentically, truly. Free from. And this is the thing I think again about the 70s, it's so important, is that we start realizing the true freedom that we have in our 70s, even more than in our 60s. But that's another little story that I'll develop that in a conversation, maybe in another piece. Anyway, guys, have a fabulous weekend, wherever you're listening to this. Just go do all those things I asked you not to do. Throw them out the door, throw them out the window, and start fresh. You're retired. Enjoy it. Take care, everyone. Please like the video if you thought it was useful. Put the little like button, the little thumbs up, because YouTube likes that. Leave a comment. That's actually good too. And then share, of course, 60 Me with anyone that you know over 50, 60. We're welcome to have you here. Okay, lots and lots of love from me to you. I respect you. I admire all that you're doing. Keep pushing hard for what you want, for what you love, and be strong. Stay strong. Okay. Good luck. Bye-bye.